Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected off the mirrors. A pit, click, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear. Shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see. Are you my paradise? In paradise, our universe becomes one. Are you?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and happy Friday to everyone out there. Hope you're having a fantastic day. A little bit warmer than it was yesterday. I was like, what the hell happened? My sinuses were going crazy. 70 degrees one day and 25 the next. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it was a little chilly yesterday. And I'm going, what the hell? Only in Oklahoma can you experience that. So, that being said, man, we've got some good basketball coming up this weekend. The Thunder, their first home playoff game in, I don't know what, 5 years or whatever it is. It's been a long haul. And want to thank, the Thunder fans for voting, including myself. Thanks us for voting yes to the new arena. Number two, thank you for the Thunder and Sam Presti generating a new product to put out there, championship level product that he's put out there, because that's, it's blaming him. I mean, because, you look at everything. He drafted Kevin Durant, he drafted Ibaka, he drafted Steven Adams, he drafted Russell, he drafted Harden. And, this time around, he traded for SGA after his first rookie year. And then the draft picks, which led to Josh, what was Josh, the sixth pick? I believe Josh was the sixth overall pick. And then, of course, Chet, and then J-Dub, and then J. Will. And so you just like about what Sam Presti has done to rebuild the Thunder program and what we're trying to do. And remember, we're the only NBA team ever to have three guys score 30 points in the game. You had KD, Russell, and Harden, and then you had SGA, J-Dub, and Josh. So that's the only teams that's ever happened. The Thunder have done it twice. Okay, only two times it happened. Thunder have done it twice. So you got to appreciate what Sam Presti has done as far as rebuilding this. And it's been a painful process, 100%. I was there, me and the other 8,000, 9,000 people there, including Randy Wright of YNB and Mark Long of SRB. What's up with the letters? Guys are the letters. They're the letters, YNB, SRB. Anyway, we did not enjoy the initial process of winning 20 games. I mean, when you go from perennial, winning 50 plus games a year to just winning 20, it was very painful to watch. But we were committed to our team. We were committed to the process. We were committed to everything that was going through to be able to make us where we are today. And those of us who went through all of that, we do appreciate what the hard work has paid off. And Coach Dagnall, what he's done as far as making sure that the team has gotten better, because he is fantastic. Like I said many times, he's very, very good at building talent. What he lacks in, and what we're getting ready to find out, is we're not in the building stage anymore. We're in the coaching stage. And, his lineups and who he's going to pick and who he's not going to play, which games he's going to match up with what, it's going to matter. It's going to matter. You can't have Lindy Waters on the floor. You can't have Muscala on the floor for 1 second, whatever, to take shots at the end of the game. So you got guys who can shoot. And we're going to go over that, too, here in a minute. We're going to go over the Thunder roster. We're going to go over what they have. We're going to go over all that. We're going to do that here in just a minute. So there won't be any questions about that. So that being said, if you have any questions or if you have some comments that you want to talk to me about, please go ahead. You can go to YouTube. You can search The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. And we've added a couple of subscribers, as a matter of fact. And go ahead and you can comment on anything that I'm saying, or you can ask questions, or you can just comment about what you want to say. And then I'll, of course, recognize you because it's right here on my screen, and I will be able to comment about who you are and what you said. So yeah, please go on. We don't, we're wide open. We don't get mad at people for their comments or anything like that. We may laugh a little bit at you when you say something idiotic or you write something idiotic, but for the most part, we have been fantastic in the people that have joined the show. But mainly it's been with uh, with our After the Storm, and of course, search After the Storm. Your OKC Thunder post game analysis live stream. So we've got most of our responses and most of our people on that side of it because after the games, people are commenting and leaving their asking questions, and it's been a great interaction. Of course, we will do that Sunday after the game. So, but anyway, I'm excited about what's going on this weekend. Excited about the Thunder, and remember tonight in the NBA in the games this week. Here are the games tonight. You have the Bulls and the Heat, which will qualify. See who the winner of this will play the winner. We play the Celtics. God, I have a problem saying their name. We'll play the Celtics, and of course, the winner of the Kings and Pelicans tonight at the 8:30 game will play. Will travel to Oklahoma City to play a Thunder team on Sunday, which means they'll probably fly in tomorrow and practice and get ready for the game on Sunday night at 8:30, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit too as well. So anyway, the game tonight, the Bulls and the Heat. I don't really care. When you look at Jimmy Butler, if he's truly hurt, I don't see either one of these teams. I mean, the Celtics have smashed both of these teams by averaging 15 and 18 points a game, respectively. Uh, I don't see either one of them having a chance for the Celtics this time around. I just don't. Now they might have a chance at Game One because of the simple fact the Celtics have not played and they've been sitting there resting the players. So that's the only game that I see that they might have a chance. But I don't see them beating the Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to have their business, which we're going to go over here in a little bit. And then the Kings and Pelicans. Uh, Now that Zion is out, that kind of evens them up a little bit because Monk is not playing, and I always forget the other guy, the guy's name for the Kings that's not playing. But anyway, those two guys out, so three guys out, so we shall see. But I do believe the Kings are going to beat the Pelicans because uh, Brandon has not played well this year or lately. He had got hurt, so he's not come back played well for the Pelicans. So I don't know how. We're talking about Brandon Ingram has not come back and played well, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. But I think the Kings are a better team, and I think they're going to beat the Pelicans in New Orleans. Now, without Zion, with Zion, I think the Pelicans easily beat them, and then travel here to Oklahoma City. And then of the two, the Thunder have a tougher time with them than they do the other one. Okay, they have a tougher time with the Kings. We have a tougher time with the Kings than we do the Pelicans. But like I said, the bottom line is going to be this: when you look at the Thunder, what's going to happen? Of course, like I said, we're going to be playing one of these two teams. Sunday night, 8:30 on TNT. Thank God we don't have to deal with Bollies anymore and listen to that nonsense. We don't have to worry about the group guys coming together and all that. I mean, we better not do that. This is national TV. Do not embarrass us by that wolf team. All it's going to do is make us look like crap. Uh, but anyway, the Thunder, I'm looking forward to Sunday. I think it's going to be a great game with either one of these two teams. I do believe the Thunder, of course, are the number one seed, so I do believe that we have the opportunity to win. And when you look at what we have to offer and what our team has done this year, here's our team stats, okay? And then I'm going to go into the brackets here in a minute. We're going to break that down in our second half after we do our breaks, after our sponsorships and all that. But here's what the Thunder have done. Third in the NBA scoring, 14th in defense. Remember what we bumped up last year, and I said before the year what we had to be able to do in order to be successful this year. And I talked about that earlier in the season, what we needed to do and what we needed, and we have done that. We moved up as far as what we're giving up a point. 14th, that's right, kind of towards the middle of the road, but it's a lot better than we were, which has a lot to do with our thing. But here's what we've done. Field goal percentage, the three things we need to do: shoot better from the outside, play better perimeter defense, and inside presence. When we fixed, Sam Presti has fixed two of those three things, and this summer he's got to fix the third if the Thunder are going to be really serious contenders, even though I think we are contenders. I think people are sleeping on us, like I've said. But we're right third in scoring and third in giving up as far as field goal percentage and as far as stopping our opponent. So, I mean, you look at that right there, it tells you everything. 3-point percentage, we lead the NBA in 3-point percentage. We're 13th, once again, up higher in the middle of the road. So once again, playing better defense. Free throw percentage. You look at what the Thunder are doing free throw percentage wise. I mean, we lead the NBA. Oh, excuse me, we're third in the NBA in free throw percentage. We were leading for until this last go round, and then for whatever reason, we couldn't make free throws, which absolutely killed us. But you can see right there, we are third in free throw percentage, and then of course, what other teams do to us, which really doesn't matter that much, but 19th. So that means the teams are not shooting well against us, which is good. Uh, well, they're shooting good against us, I guess, because we're on the bottom side of that. And then Pips points in the paint, my favorite stat. We're seventh, and we're seventh. Now, defensively, we've done better. Like I said, perimeter defense, and this is where it comes in. It comes in three phases. One, what are you do? What are your people shooting against you from the perimeter? We're ranked third and 13th. Steals, we're ranked second. Okay. Blocks, we're first. Okay, so defensively we've gotten better. Now that's a kind of a weird stat because we are first in blocks, but that says, oh, well, our perimeter, our inside defense is good. No, that means Chet is doing what Chet was doing. Excuse me, that means Chet is doing what Chet was doing, blocking shots, and we're coming back in as a team blocking shots. That's what that's saying. Okay, but this is where it kills you. Okay, okay, excuse me. Let's get to steals, 2 and 2, then blocks 1, and then of course turnovers. We're seventh as far as we are. That's kind of high as turning the ball over. Okay, I mean low. We don't turn the ball over very much, which is good. And then we steal the ball, or we create 15.7 turnovers, which leads the NBA, which is why we're where we are. Okay, we're where we are because one, we shoot the ball better, which we needed to fix perimeter shooting. Perimeter defense, we fixed that because you look at our field goal percentage, and then you look at the steals and the turnovers. That's what perimeter defense does. That's what that says. So you fix those two issues you had. The third thing you had to fix is the inside presence, which offensive rebound 29th and 29th. We have not done that. And that's something that you have to pick. Now, whether you're going to do that with Filipowski or, Klingman, whatever, you got to figure out what you're going to do now. Everybody talks about the big kid from Zach. I'm like, I talk about Purdue. I'm like, Edie. I'm like, dude, he can't defend. You have to defend the 3-point line. You have to be able to defend the pick and roll in the NBA. If you can't defend the pick and roll as a center in the NBA, you're an absolute problem, which the Thunder can do that, whether that's with Jay Will or Chet. They can both pretty much are decent defenders out on the wing. And then team defensively, we're very, very good. So that helps us when that comes down to it. But in the second and fourth quarters, this is where you got to do. Fourth quarter, you're sitting there and you are in the second quarter third in scoring, 29 points a game, and then we're 20th as far as our opponents. So our opponents, that means defensively we're playing well. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, we are doing the things that we need to do defensively, I believe, to position ourselves to do what we need to do. Okay, so I'm very happy what we are defensively, perimeter wise. Okay, what kills me and what bothers me is that inside presence and what we need to do inside. Okay, we have to build up our inside. It's just killed us all year long. But can we do it? That depends on what Sam Presti does and what he wants to do. Now he did not. We did not get any better doing it in the trade deadline. We got Gordon Hayward, which he just not have. He just didn't fit in with us. He just didn't. Gordon Hayward is a better player than what he has shown with the Thunder, and that's simply because I just believe because one, we built the chemistry of players over the last 2 years because we basically have our same group of players. You have your SGA, Josh, JW. You added Chet, but Chet was there last year. J. Will, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, K. Rich, Kedris Williams. So you basically had the same group of guys, okay? And then then you brought in Chet, and now you added K. Rich. And so you've had your same Dort, sorry, is the other one. You've had your same group of guys. So that's really helped you maintain what you needed to maintain. Now, that being said, here all of a sudden you bring in Gordon Hayward, a guy who's averaging 15 points a game. He comes in with us. What did he average? 6, 4, something like that. He just did not fit in with what our team did, but he gave us what we needed, which was the salary base in order to pay who we needed to pay next year. Because you got to pay Josh is coming up, and you got to pay J Dub and you got to pay Chet early. And the reason why I say you got to pay him early because it's cheaper now than if you wait a year and then try to secure him after next year with 1 year left on the deal. Go ahead and secure him now, 2 years right before the summer, right before, so that way you get him a lot cheaper now than you would if you continue to wait for another year before you do it. So if you wait to 24, 25 to do it, you're gonna waste way, you're gonna spend way more money. So go ahead and lock these guys in now, get them set up, and get them taken care of for the future. Even though you're paying them a year early, or not paying them a year early, because you still got to wait and pay them when you pay them. But you lock them in early, and you let them know, okay, this is gonna be my place for the next 5 years, 6 years, or whatever, and you lock them down, and then you worry about SGA in 3 years from now. And what myself and Drew Henthorne and Nathan Taylor, we struggle with agreeing is, and a lot of people do as well. Do you keep Josh Giddey? And like I said, for me, Josh, this year I give Josh a pass. One, because he was going to he could have went to prison. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a pass. You're not worried about anything but that. Number two, he's playing way better at the end of the year than he was in the beginning, simply because all that got shifted off his shoulders. And number two is that now he's trying to figure out where he belongs, because last year when I was watching the Thunder and I predicted us to win 40 games last year, which we did, I said that what I liked about what the Thunder were doing was this. I liked the fact that the Thunder, you had created chemistry between Josh and J Dub, excuse me, Josh and SGA, and then J Dub. Now, what you did this year, you came in, you gave more J Dub more of a significant role and replaced Josh as far as SGA's number two guy. Well, by doing that, and also with the legal troubles, what ended up happening with Josh is Josh kind of faded away a little bit because of the simple fact, one, he had the legal issues, and number two, where do I belong now on this team? I mean, J Dub is really number two. I'm not anymore. So where do you put me? Where am I going to be? What is my role? And what we found out is Josh is way better with the ball in his hands, because when SGA is not on the floor, which last year, of course, I don't know what keeps happening with my system here. I need to check it out. It keeps unhooking for whatever reason. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so what I was saying with Josh is now J Dub is more of a ball handler than Josh, and he's not the ball handler Josh is. No way. And then when SJ went out and J Dub went out, what you did is you gave Josh the ball and put the ball in his hands, and unfortunately you gave the ball to Lou Dort too, which I did not like. Lou Dort, you're not a facilitator, and they have got to squash that. Okay, got to squash that. So now back to Josh. Josh is now figuring out, okay, you play Josh more when SJ is not on the floor than when he's on the floor, because when SJ is on the floor, Josh needs to be maintaining himself as a 3-point shooter. And he's gotten a little better, but he just is not there yet. I think Josh is probably another year away from really becoming a lot better 3-point shooter, because it takes you over a year to get better once your shot has changed or once it starts improving. It just takes time. It's just one of those things. So now my thing is this: what do the Thunder have to do to be successful? What do the Thunder have to do to be successful? I'm not. I don't listen to these people who didn't see us play. You know, Coach Dagnall won the MVP or won the Coach of the Year. People didn't see us play; they just saw the record. 17 wins over. So all this, you didn't watch us play. You have no idea these. I look at all this stuff. You have no idea what our team is. I have no idea who our players are. You have no idea who can do what, because you didn't watch us enough. And I believe that SJ is not going to win the MVP because he didn't get watched enough. You look at what the Thunder were last year. You go from a playing team to winning the division. You have a guy who had 51 games that he scored 30 points in, which led the NBA. He leads the NBA in steals. Okay? He's only the third player to do that. Okay? And the other two guys won the MVP the years that they did that. But once again, they were on TV. SGA is not. Jokic is on TV. SGA is not. Dallas is on TV. SGA is not, which means I'm talking about the Joker and Luka. And then the two games that he could have been on that could have made the difference was against Philly and Boston, and he was hurt, unfortunately. Because I think that if he's healthy, those games, because remember he hit the game winner against the Knicks. So the way I look at it is, excuse me, the way I look at it is this: you had him sitting there with a chance to really show people at the end because everybody's heard about him. Everybody's heard about. Nobody's watching freaking Bally. And then when you listen to Bally, what are they talking about? J-Dub. They're not even talking about SGA. You have to be on the national TV or you have to watch national news to hear anything about other than you don't hear anything about J-Dub other than the fact that he's emerging as a star, which 100% he is emerging as a star. But he ain't SGA. He's not going to be. And that's my issue with our coach is a builder of players. That's what he does. You look at what he's done. He is 100% that. He's magnificent at that. He's magnificent at out-of-bounds plays. Okay, which is another reason why you need to keep Josh. Who the hell's going to throw the ball in under pressure? Take the ball out of SGA's hands. Who the hell are you going to trust? And remember, Denver lost to the Spurs. Why? Jamal Murray was throwing the ball in, and he couldn't get the ball in. It was a 5-second count. You have to have a person that can pass the ball in. Who is that going to be for the Thunder if you don't have Josh? That's more of an important thing than you think it is. It cost the Denver the number 1 seed. They didn't have a guy to put the ball in. And I tell people all day long, that's more important than what you think it is. And it cost Denver the number 1 seed. So, what do you do for that, okay? So he's way more important than people think he is. So, now, what does that say for the Thunder? Number 1, okay, with this coach, that's what he does. He's great, like I said, at building players up, 100%. We're not in rebuilding mode anymore. We're done with that. And the second thing, he's very good at out-of-bounds plays, like I said. Now, what he's terrible at is lineups. He switched them around. He played with different lineups. He done different things. And hell, I could tell you the first lineup beginning of the year. Your best lineup against the second groups is really simple. SGA, Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, Jay Will. And then with Chet coming in. After Jay Will playing for a couple minutes, you bring Chet in for the last 2 minutes of the second quarter or third quarter or fourth quarter, whatever one you want to put in. That's your 5 that makes the runs. Why? A, the ball is in SGA's hands. Nobody else is trying to bring the ball up the court. B, SGA is the number 1 closer in the NBA, 61% of his shots. Leads the league in that percentage. Okay? Third, SGA is going to try to make a move. They're going to double team him, which gives you shooters on the wings. And we're going to go over the Thunder stats here in a minute. You have Isaiah Joe. You have Cason Wallace. You have Jay Will or Chet shooting a 3. And you have Wiggins shooting a 3. And we're going to go over what all those guys shoot. In fact, let's just do that now so you can see what I'm saying. And then I will come back to me. So I'm going to show you what these guys are shooting so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is what he has on the court for him to be able to shoot the basketball. Okay, this is what he has. Where is it? Here it is, shooting percentage. So when you have those guys on the court, you have SGA 37%, which has gone up. You have Chet 39%. You have Isaiah Joe 41%. Cason Wallace 41%, almost 42%. Wiggins at 48%. Jay Will at 36.6%. That's what you have on the court shooting. So what is that, an average of 38 points? Jay Will is at the lowest at 36. The highest at 42%. So what are you at? 39% basically when shooting the 3. That's your group. That's your 6 right there. That's the 6 that makes the difference. And he started playing them again in the end. Now, he tried to match up. He tried to do a bunch of things. But in the end, that's the group. Why? The second reason, okay, is 1, like I said, SJ is going to drive, and he's got guys that can shoot. Number 2, they all defend. They all defend. They defend the perimeter. When you attack the basket, you got the ultimate shot blocker. There's Chet Holmgren sitting in the middle, waiting on anything to come down that road. So they can all shoot. SGA's the leader. They can all shoot the 3. Third, like I said, they can all defend. They can all defend. So that's when you make your runs against people. Is with that group against the second squad before they bring the 18 back in there. And then when they do bring the 18 back in, that group is rolling. That is the difference between the Thunder and what they do. It's lineups. It's not Lindy Waters in the game. It's not Muscala in the game. It's not that. Those guys shouldn't see the floor at all, under no circumstance, unless the game's out of play. You can't bring them on for one deal. I just showed you. Why are you bringing them on when you got guys who are shooting 40%? For what reason? If you bring them on the court, then they know what you're going to do. Now, are you bringing them on as a decoy, which nobody's going to go for? If I'm a D, I see those guys on, I ain't guarding that guy. What the hell am I going to guard him? He can't make a shot under pressure. I'm not guarding him. I'm going to guard SJ. So are you bringing him on for that reason? Because if that's the reason you're bringing on, no coach is going for that. They're not. They're going to defend Kaysen. They're going to defend Isaiah Joe. They're going to defend Aaron Wiggins. They're going to defend Jay Will or Wiggins, and they're going to defend Chet, which gives SGA the ability to go one-on-one. And he's going to attack the basket depending on what the defense is going to give him, and he's going to make the correct play. So that's why lineups matter. That's why it's going to determine what the Thunder do or don't do this year. It's going to be completely on that guy who's the coach of the year. And then on top of that, everybody's going to be watching you, bro. What you're going to do at the end of games. People are going to look at you crazy if you put the ball in J-Dub's hands instead of SGA's hands. Now, what SGA has been doing, as soon as the shot goes up, boom, he runs over and gets the ball. So they hand him the ball immediately, and he brings the ball up the court. And J-Dub goes and runs down the court. Because to me, what Dagnall is trying to do and build up J-Dub and all that, dude, we're trying to win right now. At least us as fans are. We know that SGA and Chet are. Are you as a coach? Are you as an organization trying to win now? You're the number one seed. So now you're forced to try to win. Now, if you go by, well, if you're not trying to win, we're going to be out in the first round. We're going to be done. One and done. Because you're not trying to win. And then you're like, oh, we're still young. And that's the card, that's your out card. I ain't trying to hear all that. Why? Because in the last 2 years, we played so many close games. The year before last year, when you had Josh and SGA just all of a sudden clicking and understanding. When they double team SGA, you hit Josh. Josh go to work when he was aggressive. Last year, you bring in J-Dub. All of a sudden, the ball is SGA's hands. They're rolling, keeping people tight. But because why? They know how to play defense at the end of games. They know how to defend. And we know how to give the ball in SGA's hands and let him close out because he's been the best closer in the NBA the last 2 years. So that's what you do. The recipe is not something that's made up. You play good perimeter defense. You take care of the basketball. You turn the opposing team over. And then you close them out with your best player. That's what you do. It ain't hard. If you're trying to win. And if this whole thing, if you're putting the ball in J-Dub's hands instead of SGA, you tell me what NBA team takes the ball out of their first-team All-NBA players' hands and puts it into the hands of the guy who's not even an all-star. Who does that? Other than the Thunder, who does that? Certainly not the Nuggets. Certainly not Boston. Certainly not, who else is up there? Milwaukee. Certainly not the Minnesota Timberwolves. Definitely not the Mavericks. Definitely not the Knicks. Other than the Thunder, you tell me a team that takes the ball out of their best players, all NBA players' hands. Because clearly the Thunder think J-Dub's the best player. Clearly that's what they do, or you wouldn't put the ball in his hands. Because you're trying to do what? You're trying to build him up to be a closer. And to me, it's really simple. You put the ball in SGA's hands. They double-team SGA. You hit J-Dub, and it's 4-on-3, and he's in space, which is where he goes to work. And I've watched him play too, coach. And when I see J-Dub, he doesn't have the handles. He doesn't have the ball handling skills, but he's magnificent in space. So why wouldn't the double team come to SGA? You hit J-Dub at the top of the key. Boom, he makes the move. 4-on-3. You got Kaysen, or you got Aaron Wiggins in the corner. You got Dort who can shoot in the corner. And you have Chet who can shoot. Makes completely sense to me. Makes great. Plus J-Dub. They can do whatever. You have all kinds of options with J-Dub attacking the paint. Going left, I hope, because he can't go right. Got to go left. You got this pull-up mid-range, which is from about 8-10 feet, which is magnificent. He's able to hit either Kaysen or Aaron Wiggins in the corner or in the wing, and you have Dort in the corner or Kaysen in the corner, however you want to look at it, and then you have the other guy in the other corner. You have Chet up top. I mean, you're set. You're set. So to me, why would you put in the ball's hands when you're trying to build a team? Excuse my language. Forget all that nonsense. We're trying to win now. You're the number one seed in the West. You have a chance to go to the conference finals. You have home court advantage throughout the playoffs in the West. If you don't know what the hell what you're doing there, you don't need to be coached. And you're going to get exposed right away if you try that. Because unlike the Oklahoma City fans or Oklahoma fans who are football fans, not basketball fans, they enjoy basketball, but they're not knowledgeable about basketball. And I talk to a lot of them, and I know the hell is like, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a football guy or you're a baseball guy. You don't know what you're talking about basketball. You're not even remotely close. So that's what I look at. What are you going to do? Now, nationally, this is what they said. Oh, SGA is this, and, they got SGA and Chet. Well, to me, it's SGA Chet, SGA J-Dub. They're J-Dub and Chet are 2A, 2A, 2B, whatever, depending on what the game is. But they're 2A, 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 2B. That's what they are. Pick whatever one's 2A. Because depending on the situation, they're one or the other. But J-Dub, them holding J-Dub out as long as they did, hurt him. He has not been the same player since. Now, you can't tell me he stepped on a deal or cameraman or whatever, played the whole game, and all of a sudden you sit him out for 5 days. Are you kidding me? Was he really hurt? Because now you took all of his momentum gone now. But what would have happened? He would have got exposed just like the Knicks were exposing him. He can't bring the ball up the court because they're going to go full court on him like they do with SGA. He does not have the ball handling skills yet. Number two, he ain't the guy that can score at the end. He ain't the guy. He is the Robin. When they're giving him one-on-one where he can go in space, which is what I was talking about in the double team, which they trap SGA, which trust me, they're going to. And you got to have an outlet, which should be him, and then let him attack. When he's the guy with the hands on the ball and SGA standing there on the other side, it ain't gonna happen. So the Thunder coach is gonna get exposed if he continues with the way that he was coaching. It's not going to happen. And sorry to break the bad news to y'all, sorry to hurt y'all feelings, but those are the facts. We'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit my guy Mark Long up. He is the dude, and they are the company to be behind the scenes. So if you're building a new complex or you're doing a water plant or something like that, hit our guys up. They love They love to be able to come in, tell you what you need to do to fix it, to keep everything from going haywire. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for custom software to make your office run smoother, or network design, or network setup, or computers, they are the people, as well as website design. They did my website. So if you have any needs for that, hey, hit our guys up at Collaborative Logic. They can do what needs to be done over there. Oak Grove Trucking, my guy Jose Fierro. Hit our boy Jose up. If you have dirt, rock, or sand that needs to be moved, he is the dude for that. Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com, or you can go into their main location in historic downtown Yukon, 401 Elm Street. YB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 at 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40 in Yukon, America. Or YNB Peoples, which is located on 23rd and Bethany between Rockwell and MacArthur. Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located 4609 Southeast 29th, Dale City, Oklahoma, 405-670-2424, open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. They are closed already because it's after 1 on Friday, 9 to 1, and they close Saturdays and Sundays, probably serving the Middale area since 1982. So go ahead and see the guys over there. So anyway, I'm so excited about the Thunder. I hope that they can hear all the nonsense that people are saying and how they're discounting them and all this stuff. I love it. I mean, that's motivation. You're saying, hey, y'all aren't ready, y'all not going to play, y'all not this, y'all not that. Dude, it's motivation. I'm excited what the Thunder are going to do to people. I'm excited what's going to happen. I truly, truly am. I'm excited about it. So I hope you all are too. But anyway, here's what the playoffs look like, okay? I'm going to pull up the bracket here because to me, this is what the brackets look like, okay? And we're going to start. We just talked about the Thunder, so we're going to start in the East. Okay. When you look at the 76ers, well, first of all, the playoff game tonight, I think it really doesn't matter who plays the Celtics. Like I said earlier, the Bulls without, excuse me, the Heat without Jimmy Butler, I don't think they have a chance to beat the Bulls, but I don't think if they had, it wouldn't matter. I think the Celtics want them as revenge from last year. And on the other side of that, I just think that the Celtics are just going to smash whoever that is. But I do believe it's going to be the Bulls. That's who I think is going to win. Like I said, I believe the Kings are going to beat the Pelicans and play the Thunder on Sunday. Uh, the Knicks and the Sixers, I just don't believe Joel Embiid is 100% healthy. I still think he's still hurt. I don't think they can really do what they need to do to overcome that. I just don't think they can do it. I really don't. Even though I do enjoy what they're doing, I enjoy the team. I just don't see them being able to overcome that. I just don't. I really don't. And we'll see what's going to happen with that. I just don't think that they're going to be able to. I just don't think he can play that much. I don't think so. I think that that's going to hurt them. I think that they're going to really stop them from doing all the things that they need to do. I really do. I don't think that they're going to be able to make the things happen that need to happen. And I think that the Knicks are going to take care of business in that. Okay. Then also when you look at the next game after that would be the Bucks and the Pacers. Giannis is hurt. I just don't think he can do what he needs to be able to, because he's going to have to. But remember, he's missing what, the first 3-4 games with that hamstring or with that a calf, and I believe, remember that happened to Kevin Durant a couple years ago. Remember what happened when he was playing for the Warriors? It was his calf. It was calf, and what was it really? His Achilles. And remember, earlier in the year, Giannis had an Achilles issue. So I believe it's his Achilles. They said it's 100%, but I believe it's going to be his Achilles. And to me, dude, just you're not going to make it. Just sit out this year and let him come back next year because he needs to rest that thing. Rehab it, get it stronger. Because if he busts now, he's going to miss the entire year next year. The entire year next year if he does that. I just don't think it's worth it for right now. I just don't think your team is playing that well. They haven't gelled together. They haven't come to be the team that they need to have. And so I believe the Pacers, uh, I don't know if they can actually beat them because I don't think Dame has forgot about what what Halliburton did with the Watch doing Dame time after they beat them. I don't think he's forgot that. So I think Dame is going to come up big. I still believe the Bucks are going to beat the Pacers. Uh, in the 4-5 match, the Cavaliers and the Magic. I just don't trust the Cavaliers for whatever reason. I just don't. But the Orlando is still young. They really haven't been there, and unlike the Thunder, they haven't played as many close games as the Thunder have. It has many wins. Now they do have a young, dynamic group of players, but I just don't know if they can overcome playing on the road and beating, even though they're one game apart, really. I still believe that the Magic are going to beat the Cavaliers. I just don't trust them. I really don't. But I think they're young, like the Thunder, but they're not as experienced. I don't think as the Thunder are. So I do believe that the Cavaliers will be beat by the Magic because I just don't trust them. They have more experience, but I don't trust them. For whatever reason, I don't trust them. So I'm going ahead and picking the 5 seed in that just like I'm going to do for the West. So that would leave uh, the Magic against the Knicks is what that would be, and then you'd have the Bucks going against the Celtics, and I don't think it's really going to matter. I think the Celtics are going to spank them and take care of business on that. And then, of course, after that, I may change my mind after I see the games this weekend, but that's just my guess from now, just off the top of my head. I don't think anybody's going to beat the Celtics. I think they're going to smash the Knicks or the Sixers or whomever. They're going to smash the Magic or the Cavaliers, whichever one they play. I think they're going to beat them both, and then they're going to go into the finals against probably the Knicks because the Bucks are just beat up, and Giannis coming back just scares me. I just don't think they can do it. And I know a lot of people think the Pacers are going to beat the Bucks, which is possible, but I think Dame can carry a team, which he's proved over and over and over at Portland for at least one series because he carried Portland for that. So I believe he can carry the Bucks for one series, especially he hasn't forgot what Halliburton did. So we'll see about that. And I think the Celtics will handle the business over the Magic when they play them. I believe they'll beat them in 6 games. I think the Mavericks and the Cavaliers will probably go 6-7, and I think the Magic will endure that. The Bucks and Pacers will go at least 6 for that, and so we'll see what happens on that. But I still believe the Pacers will get beat by Dame because I think Dame's got something to prove. Plus, uh, the the Bucks have plenty experience in the playoffs, so we'll see how that's working as well. And then after that, the Knicks, like I said, them taking care of the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks can beat the Knicks. I just don't think they can do that. And then of course, because like I said, some people take the 76ers over the Knicks. I just don't. I just don't think Embiid can play. I just don't think. And I'm going to go over my top performance after that. Now, in the West, you have the Kings and the Pelicans tonight. I think the Kings, like I said, will take care of business over the Pelicans to play the Thunder on Sunday. And then you got the Nuggets and the Lakers. That's going to be like we've said, Drew and I've said many times. We think that the Lakers if the Lakers are going to beat the Nuggets, this is the best scenario for them. I know a lot of people say differently, but they took them to 4 games. All 4 games, they were in the game until the last 5 minutes, and then old legs, just their third series, they just ran out of gas. So now they're fresh. And I think Anthony Davis is tired of hearing the Jokic stuff about how he dominates him. I think he's tired of it. I think the Lakers are tired of the nonsense, just like I think the Thunder are tired of the nonsense. And I think the Thunder have that sort of, hey, let me come get you right now mentality. That's just how I think it is. So we'll see how that works. Then, of course, the T-Wolves and the Suns. I think the Suns are going to beat the T-Wolves. I know people think I'm crazy, but I think the Suns are playing very good at the end of the year, and I think that three-headed monster they got is just it's just crazy. And like I said, I didn't want to play the Suns when we thought we were going to be the 3 seed and then be the 6 seed. I didn't want to see the Suns. And I think the Timberwolves everybody wanted to see the Pelicans. We wanted to see the Pelicans. I think they want to see the Pelicans. I think they did not want to see the Suns. I know I didn't want to see the Suns. I did not want to see the Lakers. I did not want to see the Suns. I didn't really want to see uh, the Kings. So I didn't want to see the Lakers. I didn't want to see the Kings. I didn't want to see the Suns. I didn't want to see those. The Kings were my last. I don't mind seeing them. They were my last group. But I definitely didn't want to see the Lakers. I definitely want to see the Suns. And with the Mavericks, we're going to get the Mavericks in this second round. And because I believe we're going to take care of business. So I believe the Lakers, it's either going to be 4-2 Nuggets or 4-3 Lakers. That's what I think the series is going to be. That's what I think the series is going to be. The Suns and Timberwolves, it's either going to be 4-2 Wolves or 4-2 Suns. I don't think it's going to go to a game 7 out of that matchup right there. Uh, Okay, so NBA Shorts asked me, what do I think? Who's going to win, the Bulls or the Heat? NBA Shorts, I've already said I think that the Bulls are going to beat the Heat because without Jimmy Butler, I don't think the Heat can handle them. I just don't think they can win without Jimmy Butler. So I already said that I think the Bulls are going to handle their business and the Bulls are going to play the Celtics. And I don't think it's really going to matter because the Celtics, I think, average beat the Bulls by plus 15 or maybe it was plus 18 and beat the Heat by plus 15 this year, out of the 6 times they played. So I don't think either one are going to win, but I do believe the Bulls are going to beat the Heat. That's just kind of my thought process on that. Uh, then, of course, the Mavericks and the Clippers. I think that depends on what Kawhi does. If Kawhi is healthy, then I believe it's going to be a tougher series. I believe the Clippers can beat them in 7. Uh, oh, you said why Zach is not playing. No, well, Zach is not playing, but Jimmy Butler is more of a loss to them, to Miami, than I think Zach is to the Bulls. That's why I say that, because I just don't think it'd be shorts. I don't think that Jimmy is the heart and soul of that team. Zach is not the heart and soul of the Bulls, but Jimmy is the heart and soul of the Heat, and I think the Heat's going to give him a battle. But I just don't see the Heat. I just don't see the Heat losing. I mean, beating them without Jimmy Butler because he's just too much to them, and they'd have to play out of their minds to be able to get past the Bulls. That's just kind of how I look at it. Plus, they're going to what are they? They're playing in Miami, so that's a good thing. But I just don't NBA shorts. I just don't think. I think the Bulls are going to beat the Heat. I just without Jimmy Butler, I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Back to the Mavericks and the Clippers. Like I said, I think that the Mavericks should. I already said the Suns and the T-Wolves. I thought the Suns were going to win. The Clippers and the Mavericks. Like I said, if it goes 7, I think that the Clippers win 4-3. If it's 6, I think the Mavericks will have to win in 6. I don't think they can beat the Clippers in a 7-game series. They're in there, even though Luka kills them. I just don't see the Clippers losing to them again in that. But who would I rather play? I'd rather play the Clippers than the Mavericks because the Mavericks, just something about us and them, it's just hard for me to. I don't want to see them. I really don't. We don't really match up that well with them because they're athletic, and to stop Kyrie and Luka, I just don't know if we can do that now. To me, in order for us to get to the finals, SGA is going to have to average 34, 35. Number one. Number two, J-Dub is going to have to average, 25. Josh is going to have to average 18. Chet's going to have to average 20. Okay, let's go. Let's do it this way. SGA is going to have to average 30 plus, six assists plus whatever, at least 2 steals a game, period. J-Dub's going to have to average 25, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 8 rebounds. Josh, Chet is going to have to average 20 plus. He's going to have 9 rebounds, 8 to 10 rebounds, and he's going to have at least 2 blocks. That's what he's going to have to be able to do for us to get past. Josh, I'll see him in there 10, 12 points a game, and I don't want Lou Dort shooting more than 7 times a game. If Lou Dort is shooting 10, 12 times a game, we're in trouble. It's in the NBA, let me explain to everybody again. There's a shortened number of possessions. And with the shortened number of team possessions, you have to take care of the basketball. You have to be smarter on the shots you take. So Lou Dort can't shoot 12, 13 times a game. He can't. You're not going to win with him shooting that much. He has to shoot 5 to 7 times. He has to focus on defense, not offense. Hey, if you get open for a 3 here and there, that's great. But they're going to let Lou Dort shoot. I can promise you they're going to let Lou Dort shoot. I'm going to let Lou Dort shoot. Go ahead and shoot that dude. But he cannot be trying to take people off the dribble and thinking he's a facilitator. The Thunder are in trouble. So that's the other thing. And then your role players, that's Kaysen, that's Isaiah Joe, that's Wiggins, that's K. Rich, and Jay Will. You're going to have to get about 25 points off of your bench, 25 to 30 points off your bench between that group. That's what you're going to have if you're going to win. SGA 30 plus, J-Dub at least 25 and 6 and whatever, and SGA 6 assists, 2 steals, J-Dub 7, 8 rebounds, 4 to 5 assists, Chet, 20 plus points, 8 to 10 rebounds, a couple blocks, Josh, 10, 12 points a game. Then Dort around 8 to 10 points a game for him as well. Dort's going to have to focus on defense, which the more you play defense, if you play basketball, the more you play defense, it takes a lot out of you to do that. So he's going to have to be able to do that. We can't be focused on him taking 3 and 4 shots in a row because he's wide open for 3. They're going to leave your ass open. The question is, are you going to have the discipline not to take the shots? That's the question. Because if you miss, then you're just going to get in your head, and then they're going to think it's working, and then you're really in trouble. So that being said, here's my West predictions. I think that my heart says the Lakers take care of the Nuggets. The Suns are going to take care of the Wolves. I think the Suns take care of the Lakers in the second round. I think the Clippers, I hope, but I think Mavericks are going to beat them. I just do, but I'm hoping the Clippers win in 7. Then you got the Thunder against the Mavericks or the Clippers, which I'm hoping is the Clippers, but I believe it's going to be the Mavericks. Then that's going to be the test. And my heart says Thunder, my head says Mavericks. That's what it says. Then in the finals of that, those two going against each other, the Suns and the Mavs, with the Mavs beating the Suns. I don't know if KD and them can go that far with it, but we'll see how that works. So that's kind of my breakdown for the playoffs. Like I said, for the Thunder, it's real simple. And in the first half hour, I've gone over let me say Bucks versus Dallas finals. No, bro. I don't see the Bucks versus Dallas final. The Bucks are not going to make it. Giannis is hurt. They can't go that far. I think the Celtics are on a mission, and I think they're gonna get there. Now I'm a huge Laker fan. As me, Thunder won. Lakers won. Thunder 1-8. I'm a Thunder fan except when they play the Lakers only. Then I'm a Laker fan. which Drew and I were talking about this, how hard it's going to be if the Thunder had to play the Lakers. Now, what I've always done is, let me see. I hear, let's see. I agree, brother. I will say that the Bucks versus Dallas, like I said, I think the Mavericks can get there. I don't think the Bucks can get there. I just without Giannis hurt, I think that he's not. I don't think he's going to make it through the series through three. What is that? What would that be? 7, 14, possibly 18, 19 games. I don't know if he can go that far. But he hears me, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see, brother. But to me, it's a flip up. I think Dallas, to me, it's either going to be Dallas, Oklahoma City, or the Nuggets in the finals, NBA finals. I think one of those three are going to be there. That's just me. Uh, I would love it for it to be the Thunder. That's just me. But going against the Celtics, it's going to be ugly. But like I said, with the Thunder, it's really simple. I'm a Kyrie. He's a Kyrie fan. I will support Dallas anyhow. Okay, I understand that. Kyrie, I think, has been a major addition to them. I do. I believe he's playing as the second guy. He's definitely he's second to Luca, and he's accepted that role. And he hasn't had any problems with it. And he knows when Luca's off the floor, he can do his thing. And his job is to keep Dallas in the game when Luca's not on the floor. When Luca's on the floor, his job is to defer to Luca. That's his job. And that's what he's done. And so you got to appreciate his role. And Kyrie, to me, is a beast. Who's my favorite team? NBA Shorts, are you asking who's my favorite team or who's my favorite player? Because who's my favorite team is the Lakers are 1, Thunder's 1A. Okay? I live in Oklahoma City, but I've been a Laker fan since I was 11 years old. So I'm not going to change and now become a Laker fan. I'm not going to change. I'm a Lakers. The Lakers are 1, the Thunder are 1A. And that's when they don't play each other, I'm a fan. That's how I break it down. When they play each other, I'm going to pick the Lakers over the Thunder. And that's how it's always been. I've gotten beat up because when the Thunder played the Lakers in the past 16 years, I have my Lakers stuff on. I come in, I have my AF1 custom Jamal Silk Wilkes Lakers shoes. I walk in there with them. I have my Lakers stuff on, and I've gotten beaten up before about it, but it is what it is. As far as my favorite player in the NBA, well, I got to go with Shea. I'm not a Bron fan, never have been a Bron fan, but I'm an SGA fan 100%. And that's why I promote him because the Thunder don't. That's why I give him all the love on the show because the Thunder don't give him love. But that's what I am. So SGA is my favorite player. The Thunder and the Lakers are my favorite teams. But it's Lakers 1, Thunder 1A. I'm not one of these people who just because Oklahoma City got a team, I change and they're not, I'm a Thunder over my old team. No, I mean I was a Thunder fan. I mean Laker fan since I was 11. So I'm not going to change and all of a sudden I become a 30 years later because the Thunder get a team. I'm a Thunder fan. I'm not doing that. So yeah. But anyway, Lakers 1, Thunder 1A, and then SGA is my favorite player. And then, by the way, speaking of that, let me get your opinion, by the way. This is my top NBA players' playoff performance. I've got SGA number 1. And you guys, please chat in or tell me what you think. If you don't like it or comment or whatever, here are my top performers right here, okay? Here's my top performance on my Thunder as far as the playoffs. I've got SGA 1. I've got Jokic 2. I've got 3, Luka. I've got Jason Tatum 4. I've got Giannis 5. I got AD 6. LeBron 7. Jalen Brunson 8. KD 9. And Joel Embiid 10. So these are my top performers that I think in the playoffs. And all of these teams, that's why when you look at it, that's why I have these top three guys, one of those three teams, either the Thunder, the Nuggets, or the Mavericks going to the NBA Finals for the West. And then the East, I've got Jason Tatum, the Bucks. After that, Brunson, them, I think it's going to be Jason Tatum. I really do. The rest of the ones are just whatever. Embiid, Brunson for the Knicks and the Sixers or whatever. He goes, NBA Shorts don't know who's going to win, but it's going to be fun. I know, right, brother? I'm excited about it. I'm not so excited about the games tonight so much. I mean, I'll be watching, but I'm not overly going, ooh, I'm all excited. It's okay, whatever. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen after that. But I'm pumped up about the other parts of it. I'm looking forward to the playoffs starting Sunday. I will be at the game, so I'm excited about that. But anyway, here are my top 10 performers. Like I said, SGA, Jokic, Luka, one of those three teams, one of those three players will be in the finals. That's the way I look at it, representing the West. And I'm hoping that it's the Thunder and SGA first. That's how I look at it. Those are my picks. That's how I broke it down this year for coming into the playoffs. So I am pumped up about it. I'm excited. And then everybody remember that the NBA draft is next week, and then also my basketball camp is coming up. It's going to be June 13th and 14th, grades 2nd through 8th, Thursday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 12, $155. Here's the thing: you can go ahead and scan it for the Venmo or Cash App to know that your kid is going to be. When you sign up, you can go do this online and sign up for your child. So I have all the information, T-shirt size, and all of that stuff. So please go ahead and scan and sign your kid up early for the camp. I appreciate that as well. But like I said, I'm excited about it. Remember the games tonight: the Bulls and the Heat at 6 o'clock. The Kings and the Pelicans tonight at 8:30. It's going to be exciting to watch and see who's going to win those games. I mean, to watch. I'll be watching on the side. I won't be paying that much attention to it, but I will be looking at it a little bit, not overly watching it. But I am excited about what's going to happen, and then you know, like I said, I am pumped. But, thank you, by the way, NBA Shorts, for chiming in and asking questions and giving your opinions. Greatly appreciated on the show. We appreciate it. Like I said, you can go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit notifications, and then, of course, ask any question that you want. Or, by all means, go ahead and comment about anything we're talking about. All comments will be talked about and will be said on air, just like I was doing with NBA Shorts. Thank you, Big Dog, for coming in and supporting the show and for talking to us about it. So that being said, hey, everybody, enjoy your Friday. Okay, put on your school colors. Today is what? College Friday. Rep your school. Oklahoma State Cowboys, loyal and true. That would be me. That being said, hey, everybody, wonderful weekend. Stay warm. Enjoy the Thunder, and hope you guys are going to make the game on